Hamilton Neill back here on UConn Women's Basketball Plus. Thank you for taking the time to watch today. I'm talking about Serah Williams in this video, and I don't want to overreact about Serah Williams, and I'm not going to, okay? Because through the first two games, we have not seen her statistically jump out. You know, there hasn't been a wow game yet through the Louisville and Florida State games. It's been Serah strong and AZ Fudd heavy, right? But Serah will come along. She is a veteran basketball player. She's played so much college basketball, and coming in as a transfer, and it's the same thing for Kaylee Heckel, even though she's a young player, there's an adjustment period, right? She's playing real games now. Serah is, and Kaylee, with a new program against real teams. This is a top 25 Louisville team. This is a Florida State team that is consistently in the NCAA tournament. So for Serah Williams and for Kaylee Heckel, it's going to be an adjustment, right? For Serah, her impact is going to be felt in so many ways. And when you look at the rim protection defensively, when you look at the rebounding defensively, that is going to be huge, right? When you look at her offensively, her ability to back you down and be physical, along with cleaning the glass, that's going to be paramount as well. So, and look, she's going to fit in with all of these players. Serah strong, AZ Fudd, she is a big that can work well with the guards, play the screen game, do the two-man game thing right. So, you know, there's so much that she brings to the table, and I'm excited to see it. And I'm not going to sit here right now and overreact that she is not playing her best basketball yet, because it's the first two games and she hasn't scored in double figures, and it's like she hasn't had a double-double yet. I'm not overreacting about that. This is not the time of year to be overreacting. If we're seeing this in January, then yeah, you know, maybe we'll overreact a little bit. But, you know, right now, it's the first two games of the season. So with everything, whether it's shooting performances or turnovers or whatever it might be, with whatever team you're looking at, it is not a time to overreact. This is that time of year when, yes, you're playing some good teams, and UConn has through the first two, but this is a time of year where you can make adjustments. You need to be humming in January through March, going into the NCAA tournament. That's when you need to be clicking on all cylinders and not making mistakes and having to readjust and just adapt and all of these other things, right? So this is that time of year to do it. And UConn's going to play good teams moving forward. They got Ohio State coming up. They're going to play Michigan. And Florida State didn't push them. You know, Louisville was a 13-point game, but, you know, UConn handled Florida State. You know, that was a dominant performance for sure. So, again, not overreacting about Serah Williams. I want to see what Allie Ziebell brings to the table, because she's one of these players off the bench that's going to have to be consistent, that's going to have to bring it. And I think she's going to do that, because we talk so much about her as a three-point shooter that you tend to lose sight of what she does offensively outside of that, right? She is somebody in the mid-range game that can find that soft spot from 16 to 18 feet out and hit. She's a player that can get inside and score a little bit. So she kind of has a freshman Caroline Ducharme thing going. And speaking of Caroline, we're going to talk about her in some upcoming videos, because she's a player that I hope can contribute a little bit this season, but not expecting a whole lot. But back to Allie, offensively, she has a three-level game. And the most important shot you can have in basketball outside of the three is the mid-range jump shot, because the three is going to kill a team quickly. The mid-range jump shot is going to kill a team slowly. And I've talked about Paige Bueckers, how she is so great at killing a team slowly with that mid-range jump shot. We saw it for years at UConn. Now we're seeing it in the WNBA. And it's the same thing that Allie has, right? She has that ability to find that soft spot, take you there, pull up. She has the inside thing going too, and she's going to be a good team defender. And that's a huge thing at UConn, of course. I've talked about that so much over the years on this channel. You got to be a good defender. And as good as you are individually, it's even more important that you're good within the team construct, right? Allie's going to be one of these players that's going to be good as a team defender. She's going to be explosive offensively. We're going to see the evolution and the growth through January, February. I expect that time of year to be a lot different talking about her, because we'll be into the heat of the season, right? Things are going to be really going and clicking, and we're going to figure out at that time especially, what does UConn's rotation look like? What does the minutes breakdown look like going into the NCAA tournament, going into that postseason, right? That's that time of year where you figure that out, where you figure out, okay, who are the five? Who are the 4 or 5 after the 5 that I want to play consistently? Because UConn's not going to play 11 players. They're going to play 8, 9 rotations, right? This is not going to be, 12 players consistently in big games especially. Allie Ziebell is going to be one of those critical pieces coming off the bench, I predict. So there's going to be a lot coming up. Blanca Quinonez is coming off of injury. I'm excited to see what she brings to the table, especially on the defensive end. Offensively, there's a lot for her to show and a lot for her to display and develop on, right? There's some things that need to be cleaned up, the three-point shooting and the turnovers. But the luxury for Gina Auriemma and for Blanca Quinonez is you can plug and play her defensively immediately, and she's going to be consistent. She's going to be great. The offense is going to come. In those minutes on the floor, when you're putting her in there for defense, her offense is going to come along. So it's going to be exciting to see. I'm really excited to see her development on the offensive end in those minutes when she's locking people down defensively. So stay tuned here for more on the channel. Excited to bring more videos to you. I love you guys.